Right, tonight we're trying another one of my homemade concoctions, which is what I do all the time. I come up with these recipes in my head and then I think, well, I better videotape it just in case it's good. I'll know how I made it. So tonight I'm trying a homemade version of macaroni and cheese. So I've already boiled the pasta here and cooked up some bacon bits. I actually ate most of the bacon, so there's not many bacon bits left. But I would definitely recommend cooking more bacon bits than I did. And this here is the leftover pasta water, which I'm going to use to make the cheese sauce for the macaroni and cheese. So I actually was going to use my friend Sean's recipe, but it called for Velveeta cheese, and I didn't have Velveeta. But I did have Cheese Whiz, and I thought, well, that's kind of similar, I think. So that's what I'm going to use here for this macaroni and cheese recipe. So I've got pasta water and butter in there right now. Next, I'm going to add some Cheese Whiz. I'm actually not a big cheese fan, but I do like macaroni and cheese, and I really love Sean's macaroni and cheese recipe. But that one called for Velveeta cheese and evaporated milk, and I don't have either. And of course, since I do these videos at night, the stores are closed, so it's not like I can just go get what I need. So I just use what I have usually. Okay, so now we got Cheese Whiz and butter in here. And pasta water. So I think what I'm going to do is just kind of reduce this down a little bit. And then add the heavy cream, which I cook with heavy cream a lot, and I always have it on hand, or if I don't have it on hand, I have it on my grocery list. That's how often I use it. That's looking pretty cheesy. Okay, I'm gonna go get a spoon to taste test this with. Add a little bit more butter. Some pepper, some black pepper, and if I have one of those little fancy grinders, you know, like a pepper grinder, I would use that because I really like the big pepper flakes better that are freshly cracked. There's just something so fancy, yeah, that's a good word, fancy about it. Okay, now I think what I'm going to do is turn the heat off. And then add some heavy cream. I'm not really sure how much it's going to take, so I'm just going to add a little at a time. You always want to add the heavy cream last because it's very fragile and it will separate. Like it'll turn into oil and something clabbery looking. So be gentle with it. That's really good. Okay, I'm gonna turn this fire back on and heat the heavy cream up and add, oops, about to drop it. Add a little bit more cream. Because I really like macaroni and cheese to be nice and creamy. You know, whenever it's all dry, I guess would be the word. I don't like it like that. And the trick to being a good chef, like I always say, you gotta taste test your food. I see so many people cooking and they don't taste their own food. And then they serve it to other people and then they're surprised that the people don't like it. And they don't even know if they like it themselves, you know? That's crazy. Okay, the pasta sauce I think needs a little bit more black pepper. Let me give a little bit of salt too. Then stir it in. And as Auntie Fee would say, make it the way you like it. Put whatever you like in here. That's not what she would say. She would say, it's yo stuff. But she's got a more colorful word for stuff. I try to keep it child friendly on here. You know what I'm saying? So I can't quote her word for word. Okay, I want to say this cream is perfect. Now what we're gonna do is add the macaroni. Oh shoot, I just cleaned the stove and now I got noodles all over it. Okay, so I add the macaroni and the bacon bits. Let me get these noodles out of here. I want my stove to stay clean because it's not easy to clean. It's all gloopy. Okay, so now that we got those ingredients in there, we're gonna reheat. Reheat the macaroni and cheese, and because whenever I boiled this pasta, actually let me hold it up here so it looks a little bit more appetizing. When I boiled the pasta, I didn't cook it all the way because I knew I was going to be adding it, you know, with the hot sauce, and that would cook it some more. You know, if I were really adventurous, I'd add some Cajun seasoning to this. This is so creamy and delicious. It's just not quite spicy enough for me. The texture's there, the cheesiness is there. It's just missing that little kick, you know? And if you ever go out to a restaurant and they serve you some macaroni cheese that's all dry, don't just throw it away. Ask for it to go, bring it home, add some milk or some heavy cream to it, some water, you know, just thin it back out, and usually it's delicious. That pasta is very good now. If I weren't making a video just on how to make macaroni and cheese, you know, just regular macaroni and cheese, I would actually add Cajun seasoning to this. But really, I just wanted a pretty macaroni and cheese recipe. I kind of wish I would have saved those bacon bits for the top. And this is really one of those kind of recipes that you could use some garlic bread to sop up this cheese sauce. Let me try to hold this deal. I'm about to pour it off the plate. Anyway, so you can use some cheese sauce or some garlic bread, just slop up the sop up the cheese sauce on this, and it'd be really delicious. And I have some garlic bread, but I'm not gonna cook it because it's kind of too late. I already made this now. That's so delicious. The only thing that I would do different, actually, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this now that I've got my thumbnail photo. The only thing I would do different is add Cajun seasoning. Let me go get my Cajun seasoning, or the Cajun seasoning, and give it a try. I think I'm gonna go with the standby here. Tony's Creole seasoning. I'm gonna put it in the smaller amount that I have left here, just to try it. Okay, no, I'm not. Pardon me, please. I'm changing this video to Cajun macaroni and cheese. Yeah, that's so good. It deserves its own title. Okay, so I'm putting the Tony's on here. Put the fork over here. Take a new picture of it. Try to get a new thumbnail of the Cajun pasta. Okay, now let me give this a try with the Cajun seasoning. Oh my goodness. What was I thinking trying to make this not Cajun-y? I was wrong. Okay, I'm trying not to make this video forever long, but my goodness, this is delicious.